Hello there, greetings, Jackson here. Welcome to the channel, nice to have you as always. Right then, lead capture, customer nurturing, funnels, upselling, cross-selling, segmentation, onboarding, automation, mean anything to you? Well, it should do if you run any sort of online business, and it especially should do if you sell anything online, or if you build e-commerce sites for yourself or for your clients, or you want to build e-commerce sites for yourself or your clients, because you simply sell more, you make more money if you implement these things. But it is quite a lot to think about, so where on earth do you start? Well, you may recall a few weeks ago, I introduced you to, maybe a couple of months ago, I introduced you to the absolutely spanking FluentCRM plugin. And if you haven't seen that vid, links up there and down there. Go check it out. It shows you how you can set up what I believe to be the heads and shoulders best email marketing solution for WordPress right now. You know, newsletters, opt-ins, lead capture, that kind of thing. It's knockout, and it's now the only thing I use for my clients, as it were. It's absolutely ace, and it's ace, but also it is the most value for money email marketing platform there is. Period. End of conversation. And by the way, there's currently they always do a pretty good first year discount, but there's actually 40% off as I'm speaking to you right now. Link is in the description. So in that vid, I took you through sort of the basic stuff, but there is so much. I mean, there is so much more to FluentCRM than what I showed you on this vid. And in today's vid, we're going to go deeper, way deeper, with a focus on email sales marketing and email automation to actually create more sales on Autopilot. And I'm going to take you through my top just five really, really good things that you should be doing right now, because otherwise you're leaving money on the table. And hang on for number 5, it's an absolute belter. So prepare to be dazzled, ladies and gentlemen. It is how to make more sales on Autopilot. Right then, so I've got our WooCommerce store set up here, Jackson's store, and I do indeed have a shop with lots of lovely products in. On the back end, I've got FluentCRM free already installed, and I've got like if we get to settings, I've got like the store set up, and I've also got a couple of lists, etc. Let's go over to plugins. Oh, and by the way, link to the previous FluentCRM vid is up there, and link is in the description to get a more in-depth view of how you're setting up FluentCRM. Let's go to the plugins and get that pro version activated. You'll need to put in your license key and all that sort of jazz, but fairly simple stuff. So number 1 on our top 5 ways to sell more products on Autopilot is lead collection, and it couldn't be simpler in FluentCRM. But why is it good? Well, it's good because when someone buys something on your store, you want them to dump them straight into your email list so you can start marketing to them. Pretty simple stuff. We go to settings again on our FluentCRM. We now got a few more options because the Pro is now installed with all the lovely wooness on it. So if we go to integrations and we go to the new WooCommerce tab that is there, whenever someone buys something, we can add them to our customer list and our newsletter list and set them as a subscriber. Perfect. Hey, we can also sync WooCommerce now with all our WooCommerce contacts now and get them all onto our CRM contacts. And if you've already got a WooCommerce customer list, this is a one-click option to suddenly dump all those into the CRM, and you can start marketing to them. Simple and very awesome stuff. Let's take that for a little spin. Let's get a hat into our shopping basket. Let's go to checkout. Let's make an order for Jane at test.com, and it's Jane Test, and it's 123 The Street, and it is in London somewhere, and it's the postcode W12 8QT. Bonus points if you can tell me what that postcode is in the description. Let's click place order. Now we're doing cash on delivery here, so we don't muck about with setting up a payment and all that sort of stuff. So order's been received. So let's go have a look at our orders. Let's go refresh our orders, and we'll just quickly set that as completed and update that. Let's go back to our contacts, and on our contacts now we got Jane. She's on our customer list and our newsletter list. We can start marketing to her right away Isn't that cool? Number 1 on our make sales on autopilot list. Right, number 2 is segmentation. Now, what's segmentation? Well, that is essentially where you can flag or categorize your customers into different buckets. Say someone likes specific brands, or someone is buying specific categories of product type, or they've spent loads of money, or they don't spend much money. So then you can tag them as such, and therefore you can create really targeted email sales campaigns to those specific demographics or those types of customers, those buckets, those categories of customers. So let's see this in action. We're going to go to our tags here. We're going to create a new tag called shirt purchase and create that. And here's a nifty thing you can do with FluentCRM. If we go to our product, now we see we've got this green shirt here. Once you've got the Pro version installed, you get this new little FluentCRM tab here. And what we can do is we can tag a customer with a tag when they buy this particular product. So we're going to tag the customer that they bought a shirt. So then we know who our shirt buyers are. So we'll save that up, update that. Let's get back to Jane on the front end and go back to our shop. Let's go to our shirts. I remember it was the green shirt. You do this for all your shirts, clearly. Let's get the shirt into the cart. Let's go to checkout. All her deets are already there. Let's place the order. Let's have a look in the back end again at our contacts. And here we go. Look, we've got Jane now tagged as having bought a shirt purchase. So now let's continue the scenario, and let's use the example. Say you've got the new collection of, the autumn winter 2024 collection of shirts have just come in, and you want to tell all your shirt buyers about it. So super simple. We go to campaigns. You saw this on the previous vid. It's up there in the link and down below. And we create a campaign, and we're going to call it New Autumn Winter 2024 Shirts Have Just Arrived in Store. We create that campaign. Now, this is the same as the previous vid, so I'm not going to go into how to create your emails. Go look at that vid. Let's get a little headline in there. We'll make that not italic, and we will turn that into a headline and just drop a bit of lorem in there. Stick a button in. And if we go to our shop, and we'll just get the URL for shirts. Let's grab that URL so we get the category. It'd probably be autumn winter, tagged as autumn winter or something, but that'll do for now. And on that, see the new season's shirts. And then we just drop our link in. Bang. Save that. Just borrow that headline again. Go to our subject and settings. So we go, subject goes in there. Obviously, you can add the email pre-header and all that sort of stuff. Send a test email, blah, blah, blah. I do encourage you to do that. And then here's the goal. So onto our recipient list, and check this out. So we can select a list, which we don't want to do, but we can select a tag saying we want, well, actually, let me show you this first. All contacts. So we've got 2 contacts on our massive email database at the moment, but we just want the shirt. So let's change that to, we just want shirt purchases, and that drops down to 1, which is Jane, our one and only customer as it stands. Well, one and only shirt buyer. And we continue to the next step, and we do all the regular stuff. Obviously, clearly try and write a little bit more of a salesy, engaging email, of course. And then you send it or schedule it, and what have you. Let's send a test email. And let's go have a look at our email client, and there's our test email, and there we go. We can go and see all the new shirts that have just come in. Wonderful stuff. And you've made a really super targeted email to your shirt loving fans. That's number 2, segmentation. Very important. Great for honing in on the right people for the right products. Right, next up on our list is upselling and cross-selling. Right, so what exactly is that? Well, upselling and cross-selling is where someone makes a purchase and you can give them another offer, normally accompanied by a discount. Because remember, if someone has just bought something, they like your stuff, they like your store, they like your products, why not take the opportunity to offer them another little go at buying something else with a little incentive of a cheeky discount? Right, let's start with cross-selling. So this cross-selling is more over where you sell something similar or connected or related to something that they've bought. So if they're into shirts, for example, you might send them a, hey, you like shirts? How about these shirts? Kind of vibe. So let's start a new example for that. We'll go back to our CRM and we'll go to our automations. Now, automations really are the bee's knees. All the big email platforms and email marketing platforms have them. Used to be really expensive. Super expensive, but all your ConvertKits, even MailChimp has it now. out the box. And FluentCRM just does it brilliantly and is like, well, look at the other vid, because the money that you save using FluentCRM is just insanity for what it does, and the automations are off the chart. So we're going to create a new automation. We're going to call this something about buying a new shirt. Let's give it a title, and the trigger will be when processing a new order is being processed. Let's get into the preferences and the conditions by which this will be triggered. We're going to run it even if they're not subscribed. We're not targeting products. Remember, we're going to target a category, and the category will be shirts. So if they buy a shirt, this gets triggered. Save that. Next up, we're going to put another action which is to wait a certain amount of time. Now, this is kind of debatable what you want to do. Maybe it's a day, maybe it's a 30 minutes or a half an hour. For this example, so you can see the emails coming through and stuff, I'm going to set it to minutes. So 1 minute after they've bought their shirt, they will get another offer. And first up, we're going to use FluentCRM to actually create a dynamic WooCommerce coupon. This is so good. So we're going to create a coupon. It's going to be a from scratch coupon. We'll call it shirts 20 for the 20% off. It's going to be a 20% discount. It's going to be a coupon that expires after a certain amount of time. So we're going to have it expire after 5 days. Now this is ultra effective, because if you just send them a coupon and go, oh, just use this coupon, it's going to be great. That's not as good as going, here's a coupon, it's going to expire in 5 days. Make sure you use it. More about that in just a second, and how we can emphasize that scarcity or that urgency. So, and then we'll say restrictions, which means we can only use it on shirts. Remember, this is a shirt related thing. Obviously, you can put in different stuff like, okay, if they're, we'll give them a 20% discount if they're not actually buying a load of really cheap shirts that are already on sale, etc., etc. So loads of parameters by where you can sort of really craft the restrictions and those limitations. And obviously, we can limit it to once per coupon, 1 item, and 1 per user. Now let's get up here and we copy this little dynamic coupon code, because we're going to need that in just a second. Let's get back to our save settings. So we've created the coupon. Now we're going to send them an email, which is a custom email. In fact, we're just going to pop that coupon in there. Save that for a sec. Save that for a sec. And let's go back. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, actually. Let's just go back to, whoops. We'll use our headline for the email. Grab that. So email subject. Put your pre-header in if you want. And we'll use our header there again, change that into a headline. Obviously, craft your sales pitch here, ladies and gentlemen. Get a bit of lorem in there for that, and then we'd have here, we'd put in use coupon woo dynamic tag, and then maybe another button going view our shirts. Brilliant. And then we've got that. Where was that? There's our shirts link there. So get that in there. And we've got an enticing offer. And here, I guess we go only valid for 5 days. Get that urgency in there. Bold that up. Let's save that. Obviously, do your testing emails and all that sort of stuff. Make sure they are spot on different devices and different browsers and all that sort of stuff. So we've got a coupon. We sent the email. So what we do now is we would add another wait, and we'd say, we'll wait for another 2 days. This is if they didn't use the coupon. If they use the coupon, the automation stops because it's mission accomplished. Let's save that setting. And then you'd copy your email. Let's just clone that, drop it in underneath, and you change it to, only 3 days left to get your next. You see what I mean? So you're creating the urgency. Oh, I've got a typo there. Okay, that's cool. Same. Obviously, spend your time crafting your emails, send your test emails, make sure everything's swimming along. Shall we give it a go? Don't forget to change it to on. Let's get back to our front end. Let's go have a look at, actually give that a refresh. Let's get the other shirt in our cart and get to the checkout. Let's go to checkout and buy that. Place order. Now, if we go back to our automations here, if we look on the list view, you'll see that we've actually got a publish status, and you see the stats, that's one of them is working. Now, if we have a look at our email box, go back to the list view, you see we've got our store order that's been sent to Jane. New order notification been sent to me. And check it out. There is our cross sale, like shirts, get your next shirt with 20% off. Let's copy that coupon code. Let's go see if we can grab another shirt. Jane has got a lot of shirts. Let's get the cream shirt in there and go to checkout. Put the code in, apply. Boom, we've got a £5 off offer for Jane. She might just buy it. You may have made another sale there, automated, brilliant. And of course, if she didn't take us up on that offer, on our funnel here, we'd wait a couple of days, send her the urgency email and so on and so forth until such times as maybe on the last day you go, final chance, etc. Epic stuff. So the other one is upsell, which is essentially similar thing, but it's not necessarily related to a specific product. So you could have a sort of catch-all WooCommerce, new order, processing, continue, site 20%. And we do the similar thing. We'd leave everything blank. We'd save that up. We'd add a weight, then of course send them an email, and then we do the same thing, create a WooCommerce dynamic coupon that only meant for them, all that sort of good stuff. Very similar situation, really, really so simple to implement, so easy to get more sales on Autopilot. And that was our number 3, cross-selling and upselling. Number 4 is not necessarily a hard sell. It's all about nurturing and onboarding. So what are we talking about? We are talking about showing the customers that you care about them. So for example, you're not necessarily saying here's 20% off or buy this, buy that. You sell someone something and you send them an email, which is more of a sort of follow-up saying, hey, how's it going with your new product X? And anything we can help with, any queries or questions you have about product X. And it just shows you care. You're nurturing them at this point. And they know it's automated. Of course they do. And onboarding is kind of the same thing. So you maybe sell a higher ticket priced item. And so let's use an example of the nurturing and onboarding process. And this would be for an example. If we go back to our shop, let's go to let's just put that order through quickly because I don't want that hanging around. Thanks for the £5 off, Jackson store. Well, if we go back to our shop, say for example, this fixed wheel bike, high ticket item-ish, it'd be nice to follow that sale up with a series of emails. And this is where FluentCRM is useful for its email sequencing. So I've got it set up here. So this example is if someone buys a bike, we're going to send them a series of emails with some top tips for bike care and security and safety and stuff like that. You see what we're talking about here. So we're going to send an email a day after they bought it. You know, regular maintenance, here's a tip for that, and then the next one, security, the next one, safety and comfort, that kind of stuff. We're sending them helpful, useful emails, and because they're a customer, it's just nice to actually nurture and show that you care. And then it's super simple. We create a new automation. We'll do it from scratch. WooCommerce trigger is order complete, and we'll give it a name for the bike, and we'll target an actual product here, and that will be our fixed wheel bike. And we'll save that. And then next and only other action is just to send a set sequence of emails. And we'll choose our sequence, bike onboarding, save that, and you're done. Automatically done. You're nurturing and showing you care to your clients and customers. And that's only a good thing. Series of emails spread over a few days shows you care. Number 4, nurturing and onboarding. Okay, we're nearly at the end. It's number 5 of our top tips for selling on Autopilot, and it's a biggie. I did promise it to you. It's one of the newest features of FluentCRM, and it is the quite awesome abandon cart feature out a couple of months ago. And check this out. If you didn't know, fun fact or scary fact, upwards of 65% of all stuff put in carts is abandoned by the person shopping. Extraordinary. And the other stat is, and I will try and link to these in the description, the other stat is that using a good abandoned cart strategy, you can get 25% of those, up to 25% of those abandoned carts back as sales. And this is how we're going to do it with FluentCRM. It's magical. If we go back to our settings on CRM, you see we've got this abandoned cart settings. We turn it on. Now, the preferences here say, you know, when do you want to say a cart's abandoned? So this is really a bit, you know, nuanced, a little bit subjective. It's hard to say what's the best, but we're going to actually have it abandoned at 1 minute because we've got to show you those emails coming through. And then we'll leave everything else as is. And this is an important one, GDPR consent. So your users can actually opt out of this sort of tracking functionality. So we tick that and it will show a little message saying that they can opt out of email notifications about their cart. You can disable roles, and then we can add a tag to or a list for that matter, but we're going to do it with tags. I'm going to give them a tag as cart abandon for when it is abandoned. Okay, let's save those settings and let's go to the actual admin menu for abandoned carts. And you'll see here that for abandoned carts, you see we don't have any currently. And it's telling that we do indeed need to set up another automation. Yes, we like those, don't we? So let's click set up automation, and we're going to click new automation, and we're going to take it from one of these excellent templates that are already set up for you with FluentCRM. So let's get the abandoned cart template imported, and boom, we're kind of good to go. And let's talk you through this. So the trigger is abandoned cart. Remember, on our settings, we said after 1 minute of them not checking out, which is obviously just for example purposes, that cart gets tagged as abandoned, and this automation starts happening. So we get the old, oops, did you forget something email? Then you wait a day, then you create a coupon, then you send the email with a coupon. Come on, take 10%. And I think that coupon is probably set to expire after 2 days. Yes, it is. And then you wait another 18 hours, and then they get the last chance email, and you might get, you know, up to 25% of all your abandoned. I mean, this is money on the table, back on the table. Absolutely superb. Let's turn that on. That's all good to go. Let us get back to Jane. I'm going to add something new into her shopping. Let's give her a new pair of shoes. Add to cart. Let's go to checkout. Phone rings, email comes in, completely distracted, or maybe just needs to think a little bit longer about these pair of shoes. But at this point, check this out. In our CRM, we go to abandoned carts now. There's Jane. Look, currently in draft because it's only just on the system. And if we wait that minute, maybe Jane's going to go and look at something else in the store, or just navigate away from here completely. Go back to our CRM, give that a refresh, and aha, we're processing. And actually, if we have a look up here in our email box, yeah, we got it. Oops, did you forget something? Jane, you've got something in your checkout. Let's copy that link. Meanwhile, Jane is looking at a completely different site. She's left the Jackson's store. Let's get her back there with that link. Your cart's been restored. She's ready to go. Let's complete that purchase. Well done, Jane. Back to our abandoned cart. Let's give that a refresh, and we see it has been recovered. Awesome stuff. And remember, if she didn't immediately follow through with the purchase, we'd get this automation with another 2 emails to follow, and the last chance thing and all that sort of stuff. Absolutely epic. Okay, let's try something else now. I just want to show you that GDPR stuff. If we actually, let's just get a new private window open, local going again. Let's get into the shop. Let's add our hat to the cart, and let's check out and get a new shopper here, Fred at test.com. He's Fred, and he's test, and he's getting distracted and hasn't filled out his details, and it certainly hasn't checked out. Let's get back to our automation. Let's refresh that. There's Fred. He's already in draft. So because we've got the email, even though he's not a customer, or he certainly isn't logged in, we can actually get the automation running for him as well. But the reason I'm showing you this is that Fred can, or anyone else can, even logged in and existing customers, can opt out of the email reminders for their cart, etc. And that's great for GDPR. He's opted out. Let's have a look at what the automation is saying now. And you see that now it says opt out as its status. I mean, this is brilliant. Just so brilliant. It's so easy to use. And you could be getting 25% of your abandoned carts back on the table. So there is number 5, abandoned carts, FluentCRM for WooCommerce, email marketing automation on Autopilot. It's brilliant. Link is in the description to go grab yourself that massive discount. And also do tell me about your experiences or your usage with CRMs and email marketing in general, and WordPress. Get your comments in below. And if you want to know a bit more about FluentCRM, there's a vid for you right there. But until next time, I shall see you later.